Good morning. So this glamorous spot, sandwiched between the dump and a B&Q, is the original site for the railway station that took passengers all the way to Kew Gardens in Southport in the 1800s and the early 1900s. It's changed a bit, hasn't it? Look at it now. Yeah, we're going to have a look down here. This is where the line would have run from the train station. This road is a dead end now, but I think it joins up with the current railway. So look overhead there, we've got the bridge for the overhead railway. We've got Posty doing his rounds. Yeah, so it must have joined onto this track somewhere. Must have been another bridge, or it curved up. There's not much really you can see now left of it, and this is what is this? This is abandoned, isn't it? Where are we here? It's just some dead end. Looks like two car parks, but completely abandoned. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see much. There's a siding there. Over the canal, or the looks like down there. Yeah, it must have come run off somewhere along and down this road back to the site where the current B&Q is, and joined up there to the old station. I'll put a picture on of what the station looked like for Kew Gardens. You can have a look at that. Yeah, I think it closed down in late 1930s, so it didn't, probably not within living memory for most people. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, we're gonna have a walk down here, cross over the road, see if we can find the original location of Kew Gardens. Kew Gardens is now an abandoned park in Southport, but it was, in its heyday, it was about 18 or 19 acres of a huge park with boating lakes and ornamental gardens, bridges. See if we can find of anything that still remains. Right, so just walking through this huge field in Kew. This area of Southport is called Kew, K-E-W. And walk into this corner, and right behind here is the road, and across the road there is the B&Q. Now, looking on coordinates online, it looks like the train station was bang in the middle of B&Q, where B&Q is inside it now. Insane. So yeah, in the late 1800s, the Victorians would have got off the train there, all dressed up for a nice day out, come across here, and I imagine some of this area must have been used for Kew Gardens, and the parks must have been in some of this area. I think some of the original park, one of the smaller lakes, is still there, and I think it's across the road, on the other side of the road, I think behind some of those houses there. So we're going to have a wander through here, have a walk down, and we'll see if we can find anything original from Kew Gardens, or is it completely gone? Is it completely abandoned? Let's investigate. Well, I think that was the pond. Don't think I'm going to see much more than that now. Got some houses on this end that have been built. It's got the hospital behind. Another entrance out here. And I think that's that corner there, that little pond, is pretty much all that's remaining of the original Kew Gardens. Now, there is a Kew Woods, which I believe was connected to that, and there were woodland walks through for Victorian era. I think that's a little bit further down the other way, so we're going to double back and see if we can find any trace of that. Yeah. Now we've got driven about half a mile. We've got the old Kew Gardens down that way. You can just see the red edge of the hospital right at the end of that lane there, and you've got the canal running down here. And then I'm not sure whether this would have been connected or not, or whether this was original part of it, but this now seems to be Kew Woods or Woodland on Town Lane. So let's just cross over and I'll have a look. What does this say? Yeah, Town Lane, Forestry Commission, England. So I know there's some long tree-lined walkways and forest tracks in the Victorian times, but would it have come this far? It's like half a mile from the station. Maybe it would. I don't know. But yeah, looks a very nice area this, isn't it? Which way should we go? Let's have a wander down here. This opens out into a huge area. It's much bigger than I imagined over here. I've driven past this before, but yeah, I didn't know there was that much here, to be honest. Got a little bridge over there, a lot of meadowlands, all looks like wild garlic, a few trees. Yeah, this is a nice recreation area. Yeah, if you know anything about this area, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn a bit more. Were Kew Gardens, was it joined up to this area? Is this area Kew Woods? Is it quite new? Was it replanted from the old Kew Woods and the old Victorian times? Anybody knows anything about that history of Southport? Yeah, I'd be really interested to learn a bit more. Let's just have a walk up onto the top of this hill. Looks like there might be another heath up here. You'll be able to see a bit further. Yeah, I can see quite a way there actually. You can just see the top of the bridge in Southport. Don't know if you can see that. It's quite a way. Yeah, the bridge over the main boating lakes at the front. You can just about see that from up here. would be peaceful if not for that siren going off. I suppose we are next to the hospital. Look at this, nice area. Picnicking. Right, so that was Kew Gardens. Not the London Kew Gardens, of course. Southport's Kew Gardens. So I believe there's another abandoned Victorian park at Ainsdale, close to Ainsdale Beach. So going to have a drive down to Ainsdale, it's a few miles. And yeah, let's have a look at that, see if there's anything left there. Right, come on. Alright, so I've driven to Ainsdale and this is Sands Lake. It sounds like it's called Sands Nature Reserve now. And yeah, this is just right next to the beach at Ainsdale where Pontins is, or Pontins as it was, it used to be. It's closed down now. Let's have a look, it's interesting. So across there we've got the old pub. That would have been a Victorian building. So that would have been the start of the trail. And then we've got this jetty here, which is obviously a bit new. Now this looks like original kind of old stones, doesn't it? From like an ornamental boating lake. Yeah, those look like apart from a Victorian park, don't they? And look at the size of the lake. It looks absolutely huge. I bet there's a really good walk. I think you can walk all the way around here. And yeah, it is. I would say it is pretty abandoned because I mean it's still a trail. It's like oh, it's natural now. It's like a natural kind of nature trail. But yeah, from what it was in its heyday, say it was abandoned. I mean, this used to be, you know, a Victorian park. You know, beautiful planting. You have boats, like rowing boats on the lake. So it would have been a real kind of Victorian destination here at Ainsdale. Yeah, it would have been very, very nice. But yeah, another park, shadow of its former Victorian self. Those Victorians, they knew how to look after their public, didn't they? They look after the workers and give them, you know, good entertainment and leisure facilities. There's no TikTok in those days to entertain people. They had to get out and get some fresh air, exercise, didn't they? So yeah, amazing. But yeah, it is a nice spot. You can see at the top there, you've got sand dunes, and they've got the beach behind here. So it's right next to the beach. But yeah, very interesting spot. Well, it would be a good area for bird watching. I'll give them that. If you're a bit of a twitcher, this is actually quite a good spot. But yeah, what do you think about it compared to what it used to be? Have a look at those Victorian pictures and see which is better. Is it better nowadays? Or was it better over 100 years ago? I think I know which one I prefer, but why? I don't know. I don't know why. Now I couldn't do Southport abandoned parks without showing you this one. This is the area where the old outdoor Lido would have been on this site here. Yeah, it would have been the old 1920s style outdoor water swimming baths and Lido. Absolutely incredible, and I'll put up a picture of it now. Look at that. Look at that, amazing. Yeah, there's not a lot left of it, but this is definitely the site. This is where it was, pretty close to waterfront. And there's one or two little traces up here that I'm going to show you. I'll have a little walk up and we'll see any original traces. Now can you see these poles? Now this building, I don't know when this building is from. It looks a little bit, I don't know, it looks a bit 80s to me. No idea when that was there. That's a cafe, a little cafe. But these poles, yeah, here, the old poles, these are from the entrance, I think, to the original Lido. It would have been on this site here. And these poles would have been topped with glass lights. Let's have a little walk around here and you can see where this comes out. So this now takes us over the boating lake and into King's Gardens at the other side. King's Gardens are not abandoned, so we're not going to show that. Yeah, there are other parks in Southport. We've got King's Gardens across there. We've got Hesketh Park and Botanic Gardens. So yeah, still got some very nice parks, but yeah, it seems to have lost one or two gems there. Yeah, alright, let's have a walk back down here. Background where the Lido would have been. And come around here, we've got the new Ocean Plaza with restaurants and cinema and bowling, things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice area. It's a nice area, don't get me wrong, but it's not like it was in the day, is it? Nah. Wait, what? I know you're going to say, this doesn't look abandoned. It's because it's not. This is Hesketh Park in Southport, and I want to give you a little view, a little flavour of what life would have been like for the Victorians and how it would have looked. So this park is not abandoned. A little bit neglected maybe around the edges, but yeah, still in really good condition too, and looks like how it would have done back in the day. Let's have a look. Yeah, it still looks pretty good, doesn't it? A lot of these areas kept very nice, all the pathways all around. Ornamental lakes look good. Look at that tree, look how that's leaning over like that. Yeah, again, these would have been probably better kept in the Victorian days, although it's not too bad. We've got the fountains going, now we're in season. Got the greenhouse or glass house across there on the other side of the lake. But a lot of these areas here, like the main areas of the park, are just left wild now. So you've got wildflowers in there and sort of dense trees and shrubbery, but yeah, still looks alright. Let's have a little walk up here. So as I said, we've got Hesketh Park, which is this one, and Botanic Gardens, which is up in Churchtown, which is still, you know, fairly well used and obviously free to come in and get well used. Right, let's have a wander down this way. There's something down here I want to show you. Covered in bluebells right now. Look at that. Got a small ornamental garden on this side. This area is looked after by the Hesketh Park gardening volunteers. So that's the difference, isn't it, between now and Victorian times. That these areas, kind of like this, are now looked after by only by volunteers. Got ripped out here. And that tree's gone. There's a couple gone now, look at that. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you, this whole area that's sectioned off there. So this garden is being restored. I think this is sensory garden through there. Well, it was originally a sensory garden, and over the years it's just gradually got more and more abandoned, and now it's got some funding, and as you can see it's being worked on at the moment. And this whole area, through there. Can't really get in at the moment to see it, but this is going to be, yeah, completely restored. So yeah, it's not all doom and gloom, guys. Not all doom and gloom. There is hope. There is hope for Southport parks. Yeah, look at that. This garden's for the blind and the disabled. And that was opened in 1995. Look, you can see it's been completely redone there. We've got brickworks going in, and they've taken all the middle, they've taken out all of the overgrown nettles and bushes and things like that that were in the middle. It's all going to be replanted. So yeah, a good news story. Yeah, so this would be the original Victorian rose gardens in here. And it's kept in order, isn't it? I mean, maybe the roses will be out in the summer. Looks quite nice. Could have cut the grass though, and could be looked after a little bit more. But yeah, it's not too bad. Looks as though this area would have been something ornamental. See what I mean? Slightly abandoned, but yeah, not really this one. So yeah, Southport's abandoned parks. Hope you enjoyed that little whistle stop tour of a couple of Southport's parks, and yeah, getting into the history there of the Victorian era. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Plenty more videos coming up, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.